Hi, I'm Joe Rebuck, Director of Gold Coast School of Construction, and I'd like to welcome you to this Contractor's Information and Orientation video. And I want to thank you for considering Gold Coast School of Construction to meet your educational needs. Now, the purpose of this introductory seminar is to answer your basic questions regarding the construction industry laws and licensing, introduce you to our contractor exam prep programs, and demonstrate one of our methods of instruction in this little online mini lesson. The agenda in this lesson, we're going to explore basic contracting law, contractor licensing, the requirements, the necessary qualifications, and how the state will verify your experience. We're going to look at the contractor examination and our school's plan to guide you to success. And finally, your investment in your future. So who must be licensed? The law states that any person who for compensation undertakes to construct, repair, alter, remodel, demolish, improve any building or structure for others or for resale to others must be licensed. And the key word here is compensation, meaning that this person is offering to perform contracting services in return for money. Now, what license do you wish to obtain? Well, most people ask for the GC or General Contractor's License. It's known around the country. Well, in Florida, there is also the RC Residential Contractor and BC the Building Contractor licenses, and there is a difference. So let's take a look at Florida licensing law, and we can better understand the various contracting categories. It starts with Florida Statute 489, and 489 is the contractor licensing law. It governs all those in the construction industry. It establishes the rules and regulations for contractors, and it creates a contractor classification system, Division 1 and Division 2. So let's take a little closer look at Division 1. And there's where you see the RC, Residential Contractor, BC, the Building Contractor, and GC, the General Contractor. So let's drill down a little bit. Residential Contractor, residential work only, no commercial work, no higher than 2 stories habitable, and not greater than 3 residences. Yes, a residential contractor can only build up to a triplex. Building contractor is the next step up. Well, now you can see this contractor can do residential and commercial work, but still he can build no higher than 3 stories structural, and he can build an unlimited number of attached residents, triplex, fourplex, sixplex. We can have 12 attached units. That's okay. And you notice no higher than 3 stories. It says 4+ if non-structural. This means a building contractor can do something called tenant build-out, which is non-structural walls inside a floor of a commercial building. You can be on the 40th floor of a commercial building and you want to build office space and perhaps a little kitchen area. Well, that's non-structural. It's not supporting the building, and a building contractor could do that. But so can also a general contractor, the next and last step up, and that is unlimited in size, height, and complexity, and also can do residential and commercial work. That license category can do everything. What are the qualifications to get this contractor's license? Well, you have to be 18 years of age minimum. You have to have a good moral character, and we'll talk a little bit about this later. And you have to prove that you have experience. 4 years of general construction experience. 1 year must be structural experience. And this 1 year also must be as in a supervisory capacity or as a foreman. That means that you are running the subcontractors, you're running the job, helping order materials, doing the coordination, perhaps calling in inspections. Now, the state considers college as part of experience, and up to 3 years of college can substitute for 3 years of general construction experience. And these college courses, the credits don't have to be in construction courses. It could be liberal arts, sociology. It still counts up to 3 years for your general experience. But remember, the last year, that 4th year of experience, must be structurally related in a supervisory capacity as a foreman. Now we'll address the good moral character. Generally speaking, a criminal past will not preclude you from getting a license, provided all your debts to society have been paid. Generally speaking, your civil rights restored, no pending litigations or judgments. You will have to appear before the board and demonstrate this to the board. Proof of experience on the application. Well, as part of the application, you must submit a written employment history listing experience on an application and at least 4 years of experience. Again, college counts as well. Employment history must list a licensed employer and their contract information if you have that. A licensed employer, remember, it would have to be for a licensed contractor that you're working for. They're going to want the license number of that employer. They're going to want a contact number. Again, one of these 4 years employment must be structurally related in a supervisory capacity as a foreman. You're running the crews. Now, this proof of experience, well, the work experience doesn't have to be in Florida. It doesn't even have to be in the United States, but the further away it is, the more you're going to have to list details about this experience. Now, unlike before, a verifier is not required to sign off on your application. It was that case in the past. You do not need that anymore. You will sign yourself in a test, as if you're in court. I'm attesting this is the truth. And the information list is subject to random audits. If you're unsure how to fill out this application, you're unsure about the experience qualifications, talk to one of our career counselors. Also, it wouldn't hurt to download the application and review it, and that can be obtained at www.myfloridalicense.com. Look on the top of the page for Apply for a License. It's a tab, and you can drill down and print off that application yourself. There are services that can help you with the application process as well. For a fee, they will help you navigate that application. Now let's talk a little about the state exam, and it is given in 3 parts. And in generally speaking, all parts are 200 or more questions. Good news, all the tests material are open books. The bad news is there could be up to 20 books that you have to take in, and they test them from cover to cover. Part 1 is a computer-based test that everyone must take. Parts 2 and 3 are trade knowledge and they're paper and pencil tests. The good news again, all tests are multiple choice, so that answer is there in front of you. The state exam, it covers 3 topics areas. Remember, there's 3 parts. Part 1 is business, finance, accounting, construction law, and statutes and rules. Parts 2 and 3, that's the trade knowledge, and that's trade specific, and it depends on your license. An AC contractor isn't going to get general contractor questions. The questions are going to be on building codes, contract, project management, contracts, how to legally fill out a contract, what is required on a contract, project management, how to control the job. There'll be plan reading. There's going to be mathematical and takeoff problems regarding the plans and regarding construction in general. What are the cubic yards of concrete going into a structure, and you'll have to calculate that. Now, the number of questions on the state exam, well, Part 1, it has to be taken by Division I and Division II contractors. Everyone takes it. It's computer-based, and it's 125 questions over 6.5 hours. Parts 2 and 3, again, it's the paper and pencil test. Well, the number of questions on this part, it depends on your license. And the GC will take 65 questions in the morning, 65 in the afternoon. Building contractor, a little less, 55 and 55. And the residential contractor, 45 and 45 questions. Now, in order to apply for the exam, the computer-based exam, once you're approved to take the exam, it can be taken anytime, 48 hours notice. And again, all contractor divisions must take this. The paper and pencil test, well, it has to be scheduled not less than 30 days in advance. It's only given 6 times a year, February, April, June, August, October, and December. So you have to set a target, schedule that exam, and take it. Now, preparation to pass the test, well, it's good news. You're given unlimited attempts to pass that examination, and you have 4 years in which to do this. It's not going to take you that, but the state works with you and gives you 4 years unlimited attempts. You only need a 70% to pass each part of the test. Now, once you pass all 3 parts, your results are good for 4 years. And does that sound familiar? Well, of course. You need 4 years of experience. You could pass that exam and then gain the experience after you pass that exam. So the state works with you on this. After you pass the exam, you have to download the application, submit a list of your experience, submit fingerprints for a background check, submit a credit report and containing your credit score, and provide proof of insurances. You're going to need liability and workers' comp insurance before that license will be granted. And remember, the passing grades are good for 4 years, so you have time to get the experience after the exam. If you have time to study and take the test now, take it and then get the experience. It's just fine. So why Gold Coast? Well, because our process, it's comprehensive. We have the first part, the curriculum. We have a Of course, the reference books. We have a module workbook and booster workbooks to highlight. We have tabs, these copyrighted bookmarks that go in and highlight test questions that we've been seeing over and over again. We also have a set of 10 DVDs that are menu driven, so it's easy to find chapters and topics. The chapters are organized into themes and concepts instead of by book. It's easy to review concepts. You can learn at your own pace with these DVDs at home, and it's like having an instructor at your home. It's like this lesson, someone talking to you. We also have something called our Module Study Guide, and this outlines and groups materials and themes by concepts for efficient studying. And by this I mean the concept of safety. It is contained in 3 of those 20 reference books. Well, we reach out to those books, show you where it is, what to highlight, and when a test question comes up, you will know it's 3 books, not 20, that you need an OSHA safety question. Practice exams are included in this module book. You have test-taking strategy, how to dissect a test question, how to study for an exam properly, and it complements the DVDs. The module book is divided up into 10 modules, so are the DVDs. Now, the classroom experience. We have classroom workshops with live instructors, and it's held once a week at each location from 7 to 9:30 in the evening, Tuesday in Doral, Wednesday in Lantana, Thursday in Broward. If you wanted, you could attend all 3. We also have additional classes in Espanol offered in the Doral campus, so you can ask your career counselor for details. We also have something called the exclusive cram class weekends, and these are intensive all-day classes, 9 to 5, Saturday and Sunday, and at least 1 practice exam will be given per day. You will be given the opportunity to sit and take a practice exam like an exam experience, and then we review it. We review every question to make sure you grasp it. It's given once a month at all 3 locations, so as a result you can gauge your progress and fine-tune your skills, because just knowing the material is one thing, being able to take an exam efficiently is another, and we get you plenty of practice on that. So why Gold Coast? Well, you can start at any time. You pace yourself. Time 3 months, 3 crams, 4 months, 4 crams. You should be ready to take an exam. Attend multiple locations. Full service, that's what we recommend. Unlimited access to all classes and crams. Tuition's good for a year, and if you sign up full service, we discount the books. So what is the tuition? Well, it's money well spent. $795, and includes all these things. Module workbook, cram booster book, DVDs, access to all the evening workshop classes, access to the weekend cram classes, and again, tuition is good for a year. But you might ask yourself, well, what's missing? And if you were thinking that you're correct, you have the 14 or more state reference books that have to be purchased in addition. So if the tuition doesn't include a state reference book or the book tab sets, what would be the full service program including everything? Well, your cost would be as follows. For general, building, and residential, they're all roughly similar. It's about $1,840. I say plus or minus. Books prices change sometimes, so it could be a little more or a little less, but generally speaking, $1,850 would cover it. And this price includes all the tuition, and that extra cost up from $795 is because of the reference books and tabs. So why ACT? Well, because our program is complete and comprehensive learning package to get you to pass that test as quickly as possible. You get the DVD set, the cram booster workbook, evening workshop classes, cram classes, unlimited access to all classes, and tuition's good for a year. I'd say you ought to act now, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for watching this informational seminar, and I want to thank you for considering us to meet your educational needs. If you have any questions or need more information, please contact one of our career counselors at that number listed below. Thank you so much.